I'm a 23-year-old entrepreneur, and in the last 3 years, I've been able to make multiple six figures from just learning a couple good sales tricks and putting myself in front of the right opportunities. And today I'm here to talk to you about those sales tricks and the way that I find those opportunities so that you can get some value out of this video and hopefully go out there and build something amazing for yourself as well in a short period of time. Now, I am not an expert, okay? I do a ton of research on this topic and I live and die by my business, entrepreneurship, and just my personal development altogether. Although I am not the end all be all of this topic, I'm sure there's many other ways to make a bunch of money and do a bunch of sales and whatever. This is just what's worked for me. This is just my personal advice of what's worked for me overall. So don't hate on me in the comments. But with nothing else being said, in the last 3 years, I've been able to secure some of the largest real estate contracts in my city when it comes to leasing apartments. So I have created a niche for myself within my local real estate market to work for large property management companies to rent apartments for them at high scales. Now, obviously I can't do this all myself, so I've been able to hire a couple amazing employees who help me every single day run my business, and I am so grateful for them, and I thank them for a lot of the success that we've had. But obviously a lot of this started, or all of this started, with me just having a real estate license and having no money. And I will tell you, I learned right off the bat that it was super important to put myself in front of opportunity. Now, not only was it important to put myself in front of opportunity, but once I got myself in front of the opportunity, it was important to learn how to secure the opportunity, right? So first of all, I found those opportunities by reaching out to people on a cold basis, okay? Now that means cold calling, cold emailing, cold messaging, cold reach out, okay? And if you don't know what cold means, that means that these people out of the blue are hearing from me, okay? So they're at work, they're eating dinner, they're at school, whatever, and they're getting phone calls, texts, emails from me. Now, it's super important to understand that it's a great way to put yourself in front of opportunities by doing it cold, right? Because you never know the opportunity that could be on the other side of that call, email, or text unless you put yourself out there, okay? So that is step number one to sales in general. You cannot, in any business, you cannot get into sales and believe that you are going to just start making sales because people know that you're a real estate agent, or people know that you're a power washing business, or people know that you wash windows, okay? People are going to know that you do business by you cold reaching out to your prospects, your ideal prospects, or your ideal customers, and offering them your services, okay? Now, it's up to you to find out what that ideal prospect is, where to find them, and how to find their information. But I will tell you, you could do a ton of research online, okay? I guarantee you, if you're doing it, somebody else has probably done it before. So if you just YouTube how to find hot leads in X industry, or how to buy phone numbers of hot leads in X industry, you should be able to do it. Now, I was lucky in real estate. There's something called a for sale by owner or a for rent by owner, in which I was able to just find these people's phone numbers and call them for absolutely no fee. I was able to go on Zillow, find phone numbers of people who were looking to buy, sell, rent, whatever. Well, more sell and rent, and owners of these properties, you know, who were putting themselves out there as, hey, I want to sell this property, or hey, I want to rent this property, and I don't have representation. That was my bread and butter, and still is to this day. Now, I got lucky. It's up to you to find out how to find those phone numbers. Do some research, figure it out. It is not that hard. If you have to buy the information, generally it's usually like $50 for a list of phone numbers that could make you thousands of dollars. So either way, find the ideal customer that you're looking for. Find out how to get their information, you know, whether that's wherever. I'm not going to give you all the examples. Find their information, reach out to them cold. Now, this is the most important part of sales, putting yourself in front of opportunity. Once you get yourself in front of that opportunity, now it's time to sink your teeth. I tell my agents all the time, I use the analogy of hunting, okay? Hunting, like you are the predator and your customer is the prey. Now, I'm not saying that like I'm being in any way like, I'm not saying we're being predatory. I'm just saying in general that, this is a good analogy for me. You sink your teeth into the customer / prospect, right? Once you know that they're qualified, once you know that they're good, once you are ready to jump onto the opportunity, you sink your teeth in and you start rolling. Okay. So once you put yourself in front of that opportunity, it is super important to next figure out how to lock in that opportunity, right? So sink your teeth in, but how to kill your prey. Okay. And how you do that, and how I've always done that, is go person to person connection. Okay? People hate being sold, but they love shopping with friends. I'm going to say that again. People hate being sold, but they love shopping with friends. Okay? Now, think about it. You're at a store and you walk into the store and the person who's standing behind the desk is like, "Hey, how are you today? Oh, we have a 15% off discount on." You're like, yeah, I'm good. Okay? Don't talk to me. Do not talk to me. I am here to get what I need to get, or maybe look around and I'm leaving. Leave me alone, right? You're always like, I'm just looking around. Let's be honest. You're not looking around. You walked in there because you saw a shirt that you liked earlier in the day online, and you're like, I wonder if PacSun has that shirt. I'm going to go in there and see. Okay? You go in there, someone's up your ass, and you're like, yeah, no, like, I don't want to talk to you, right? But picture this instead. You walk into the store and your best buddy is behind the counter, okay? Your best buddy. Now, here's the thing about your best buddy. You know that they care about your best interest. You know that they're not trying to walk away with your money. You know they're not trying to just sell you on anything to make a commission. You know that they're just doing everything they can for you to have the best possible outcome. And you know that they're going to be themselves. You know what I mean? You know that they're not going to be messing you around. You know that they're not going to be playing games with you. You know that none of that stuff is going to be happening. You know, like, and trust your friend, right? So when you are in sales, you need to be your customer / prospect's friend. You need to be their friend, okay? And this takes time, but once you learn how to be everybody's friend, whether that's your client or your customer, once you learn how to be everybody's friend, you can sink your teeth into 99% more sales than if you are some salesy jackass, okay? If you are a salesy jackass, you will decrease your sales amount by like 50%, okay? And I have had people who know the old way of sales try to tell me, that I should try and force people into this or try and sell people into that. Okay, that's coming from the person who doesn't, who has no sales, right? I've had a lot of people who try and tell me that. And let me tell you something. I've sold 400 apartments in the last year and a half. Like, I know a thing or two about this, okay? So I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just, it just happens to be true. But essentially, sorry, I'm getting text messages. Essentially, you need to be yourself, and you also need to be this person's friend, and you truly need to care, okay? This video is not telling you to go out there and like play people, okay? That's not what this video is about. This video is about truly finding a connection with your client or your prospect or your customer and playing that connection to become their friend. Now think about it. Every single person that you have, let me stop for a second. Your best friend used to be a stranger, okay? And every single person that you meet could be your best friend. You have no idea, right? So it is your job to become best friends with every single one of your clients, customers, everything like that. And think about how you and your best friend became friends. You most likely had something in common. via you met in school at the same school, or you met at summer camp, the same summer camp, or you met in sports, or you met at your apartment building, or you met at a local community meetup, or whatever. Or maybe you happen to be on the street and you see someone who has the same pair of shoes as you and you're like, you know what I mean? When you have things in common with people, you automatically create a connection with them. And once you create that automatic connection with them, it's easier to open up. Now, humans, we are social beings, right? We want to have friends. We want to confide in other people. We want to have people that we feel like we can be comfortable around. Whether you are an introvert or you are an extrovert, we all like to be social. You know what I mean? It's just whether you are comfortable with the people you're looking to be social with or you are not comfortable with them. And if you're not comfortable with them, it's because they're not yet your friend. Okay? So as the salesperson, it is your job to find things in common with people, play those commonalities, and become their friend. Genuinely become their friend. Care about their best interest, care about them as a person, care about their ability to win, and you can win over way, way more people. Why? Because you are not a salesperson. You are not selling. You are a friend that they are shopping with. Okay? And that changes the game for you, because when you are, for me in my profession, a real estate agent, you're not taking them into the first house and telling them, oh yeah, this house is great. You got to buy this one. This is the one. Oh yeah, this is the one. No, you're saying to them, dude, roof shot, foundation shot, amount of work you're going to have to put in, $60K right off the bat. You don't want to buy this house. And they look at you and they go, what? Because they think that you're trying to sell them on a commission, or you're trying to sell them on a house so you can get a commission. Right? But it changes the game once you become a friend that they're shopping with, because you walk in there, you both, think about it. You're shopping with a friend and you guys are both looking at houses. If you guys both walk in, you're both going to be like, this house is a piece of shit. Or you're going to be like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is perfect for your kids, dude. This is perfect for your wife, dude. This is perfect for you, dude. This has that golf simulator that you love. This has a perfect spot down in the basement for you to put a gym in. And that's where the friend thing comes in, right? Is generally you're not essentially putting yourself out there for, sorry, like someone's walking by, and I always get weird when people are walking by and I'm making videos in my car. Essentially, you're not trying to sell them on the first thing that pops up in their face. You are talking to them about their interests. You're talking to them about their family. You're talking to them about your commonalities, and that will overall cause you to know more about this person, which will help you know more about what they want and what they need and what they feel. And it will help you be better with working with them, right? And then overall, they will know, like, and trust you, okay? And then once they know, like, and trust you, what do you become? A friend that they can shop with, okay? And then that's how you hit 10 times more sales, because you keep people around for a long time. Now think about it. You're not going to make the sale today, right? But you might make the sale tomorrow. You might make the sale down the road. You might make the sale from a referral. You might make the sale when they decide to make a decision to buy something 10 years from now. You might make the sale 3 times because they might buy 5 shirts from you in the next 10 years. You have absolutely no idea until you start treating people like freaking people. Until you start treating people like a actual friend. You know what I mean? Old sales are dead, bro. Old sales are dead. They are so dead, so dead. The days of pushing people into buying things, the days of high pressure sales, the days of it will be gone tomorrow, the days of act fast, the days of all that stuff, the days of the high pressure selling tactics are over. You are going to scare your prospects and your potential clients away. You are going to scare them away. Nobody wants to shop with a salesperson that is sharky, commission hungry, and is just looking out for their own pockets. People want to shop with a salesperson that's going to look out for their best interest, be a friend, have stuff in common with them, enjoyable to shop with. You need to learn how to be a friend that your clients and prospects can shop with. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. People hate being sold. They love shopping with friends. All you got to do is figure out how to put yourself in front of cold opportunities. Be yourself. Learn how to win people over as a friend via finding something in common with them and or just complimenting them, right? If you just compliment someone, find something in common with them, the double C's, the two C's, compliment something in common, you should be able to close 10 times more sales. But the main key is that you have to actively put yourself in front of those opportunities. You can't wait for somebody to call you because you made an ad online. You know what I mean? You need to search out those opportunities and put yourself in front of them cold, baby. It's going to suck. It's going to be weird. People are going to give you pushback. People are not going to want to answer the phone. People are not going to want to answer your email, but that's sales. Like it or not, this is how you make it work. Once you start gaining some traction, you will get referrals. Things will speed up. It will be easier to reach out to people on a cold basis. You will have more friends to shop with. Your friends will have more friends that they want you to shop with. And then you'll have even more friends to shop with. So stick to it. If you're a salesperson, hopefully this video gave you some value today. It totally has helped me using these tactics in the last couple of years to secure some of the largest contracts in my city. So hopefully this video can help you. If you like this video, please leave a comment down below. I make new videos like this every single day. And if you would like, there's more people in my garage. Leave a comment down below if this video helped you. It leaves my heart razzle-dazzled because I absolutely love when I know that my channel helps people. That is the goal of this channel, is to help you. So leave a comment down below if it helped you. Share this video with a local salesperson or maybe one of your friends who's getting into sales or is in sales, or share it with somebody who's in sales in general. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. If you did, subscribe. I make new videos like this every single day. Personal development, entrepreneurship, and business. If you like my content, leave a thumbs up if you want to support me. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much to all my supporters who are constantly in the comment section. I love you guys so much. And you are the reason why I continue on with this channel, because I know that we are making progress by helping people. So until next time, talk to you soon.